ready to welcome the athletes to the field for this.
So here we go, semi-final number 1 in the Continental Quota Tournament for recurve men. Mete Gazoz of Turkey leads out his opponent, Chirault of France.
On target number 1, representing Turkey, Mete Gazoz. On target number 2, representing France, Chirault. The line judge for this match is Control. Shooting first is target number 1.
Well, here we go, semi-final number 1. It's bragging rights at stake for sure for these athletes, but particular importance to Chirault on target number 2, who is through to the semi-finals along with his teammate Jean-Charles Valadon, who is in the other semi-final. And both of those archers will want to do better than the other. But shooting first in this semi-final is Turkey's very own Mete Gazoz. He's just 21 years old, and he is the world number 2. First arrow drifting off. The sighter is an 8. Staying pretty cool there, Gazoz. He's already shone out on this field in the quarterfinals. Also 8, so I wonder if that wind is there playing its part. Both going in the same direction, left and low.
It may be that the wind is lulled, and so that's why it's pushed them that way.
9.
Trading equal points again, neither finding the 10.
So you think the wind has dropped down? It does look like the flag's not moving quite so much. They've made an adjustment, and now these arrows, the next arrows will be the best. And another 9 from Gazoz, a low score compared to his first quarter-final, where his lowest point score was a 27 in that quarter-final. Opportunity for Chirault straight away, but he's matched him as well. So 26 apiece. Do you think it is this time, not because it's got windy, but because it's stopped being gusty, that it's had the effect?
Yes, if you've changed your sight, you made an adjustment for that wind, and now it's died off, that could then send you the opposite direction. So both archers seem to be a bit affected there, but it's just such an interesting dynamic, this match, because for Mete, he stood on his home soil in front of delegates of his home country, and he wants to impress. You know, he still wants to win this. He's got his spot, but I'm sure he wants to go ahead and win the whole tournament. But for Thomas, here he has to go and win. Like, you know, we've got Jean-Charles Valadon in the next semi-final, and Thomas needs to go out there and show his federation that he's the best. So, you know, it's a fantastic mix here.
Yeah, it certainly is, and especially seeing as we're going to Paris, France for the next stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. In fact, the final stage, only 3 stages in an Olympic year, but it will also combine the final Olympic qualification tournament for teams, and France haven't qualified as a men's team. So not only will Chirault and Valadon going up against each other here, it's likely that they're going to be teamed together in Paris and having to fight with each other against a common enemy. Gazoz in a tournament that hasn't been very favourable to the Turkish archers will shoot first in the second set, and back into the 9s for him.
Yeah, archery is a funny one because it's such an individual sport, but then the team round, you know, you don't actually win so many matches to actually get a medal, so it's hugely important to work together as a team as well. So it's a really interesting dynamic within a country.
So the opportunity for Gazoz is there to get 29, but he drops the points, and now the opportunity switched over to Chirault. A 10 here, and he goes into the lead. Oh, when the opportunity came, Thomas Chirault, as he's done earlier in this competition, takes it 29 to 28. Crucially, it's Chirault who takes the points, but actually overall when you look at it, the standard has just jumped up in the second set. They took a set to find their way, and now they're right in there, Nikki.
Yeah, as I said, both for their own reasons. They both want to come here and win this match, so it's going to be really interesting. There's not much between them. Trade in 10s and 9s now. Now biter.
Yeah, it really is. And interesting what you're saying about the fact that it's a curious sport in that these athletes are having to compete against each other right now, and they will be potentially teaming up. I mean, both of these athletes will be teaming up with teammates who they've been against here and working together as a unit. I mean, are there any other Olympic sports where that happens?
I think maybe in fencing.
Oh, good. Yeah, very good. It is. Yeah, I think they do. They do fight against each other in fencing and then team together. So trailing now, Gazoz straight into the 10. Tens for both of them at the start of this one. Gazoz. Right back in the centre, Nikki.
2 X's, doesn't get any better than that. Can he match it?
A bit of shaking there.
I think the pressure got to him. Out to the right, maybe a little soft shot to send it right.
So this not only to get right back in the match, but on for a perfect 30. Easy for him. A perfect score on request to draw level with Thomas Chirault.
27.
And crucially, again, another turning point in this match. Nikki, you said it, the nerves. What is it that you're seeing? I mean, look, they're all under huge amounts of pressure, but I'm going to be honest with you. I was about to say, look how calm Chirault looks. He looked absolutely fine until he started to draw.
Yeah, there's just some tension there, obviously, but for him, this is still him fighting for his Olympic spot. He's got to get through and be better than Jean-Charles Valadon in the next semi-final. So much pressure. I can't tell you, the Olympic Games is the pinnacle of this sport. To be there is just the dream of these archers. So it just means so much, and that does bring with it some pressure. And you've just got to try and stick to your game plan, keep moving, keep that bubble around you, and make sure people can't tell you're under pressure. But ultimately, this is the biggest prize.
Yeah, you got to dig deep, pull out all the stops. On square now, after a perfect 30 from Mete Gazoz in the third. Will shoot first in the fourth. And another 10, that is 5 10s in the last 6 arrows from Gazoz.
9.
Not showing any pressure on his face, Thomas Chirault, but certainly feeling it, and the scoreline starting to show it.
10.
Gazoz's just showing, how good he is, world number 2.
Perhaps an over-adjustment there?
Possibly, yeah. There wasn't much wrong with it, was there?
Gazoz looking so comfortable here. Just missing out on a consecutive 30. And has put this clearly out of reach and has come from 3-1 behind to lead by 5 set points to 3. Good solid finish from Thomas Chirault to get a 28, and he's moving back up in terms of his own personal score, but this one's really swung around in the last 2 sets. A 30 and a 29 from Mete Gazoz has put him in a commanding position. We've got one more set to go, regulation time. Is there another twist in this towel, or has Gazoz broken the back of this one?
He's just looking so strong, isn't he? 28, 30, 29. So the momentum is with him. There's so much pressure on Chirault, so to see if he can get back into it. You can see a bit of K-tape on the back of his neck there. So he's obviously getting a bit of physio support as well.
Something you know a little bit about as a practicing physio? Nikki had a little look at my dodgy knee earlier on. You know what she said? You're just getting old, Karen. You're just getting old. But she does know her stuff, clearly, because I don't know. I didn't know it was called K-tape. But yeah, he's actually worn that for the whole of this season. I've seen that when I've seen him shooting. He's been wearing that little bit of support. Clearly, he's going to need everything he's got here, trailing by 5 set points to 3. Gets us underway, and that's a beautiful start. A 10 here, and remember, he's going to be looking over his shoulder at the next semi-final, because Chirault, whilst not out of this, if he does go out, is going to be looking at whether Valandon can supersede Unruh in the second semi-final. Gazoz matches that 10 with one of his own.
Unbelievable. The pressure this guy is under, and 2 X's. Fantastic. Adjustment. I think he's clipped the 10 there, but do you see that adjustment? He already knew it was going to go left, and he did a bit of bow kondo to try and bring it across, which worked.
Copyright Mackenzie Brown. Oh, brilliant 30 when he needed it from Thomas Chirault. So he's got himself right back into this. 5 set points apiece, potentially, but it could be a perfect from Gazoz here. Let's see. Oh, look at this. This measure is so important now. It's either 5-5, and we'll go to a shoot-off as the score line is showing, or Gazoz has levelled up on scores and it's 6-4. Now, I think the Turkish coaches looked at this and he said, look, that second arrow from you, Mete, definitely a 10. You've taken this one and you're through to the final. What do you reckon, Nikki?
This is so tight and so cruel for Thomas. I mean, you know, the difference of this might mean him going to the Olympics or not right now. And oh, just absolute nail biter. The judges got to get in there, get their magnifying glass out, decide is it touching the line or not. If it is touching the line, it'll be the highest score. It is.
Oh, look at that. It has been marked up to a 10, and that means they both shot 30s in the final set. They share the set points, 1 each, so rather than it going to 5-5 to Chirault, it's a crushing thing to see the scores switch over from his point of view to 6-4 with Gazoz going through. But what a great win for the home nation athlete in a competition where they've really struggled. And to be honest with you, it's a surprise that Turkey hadn't already booked their place at the Olympic Games. Gazoz has done this here. Can he make it a trilogy or triple here and take the gold medal? We've really crammed in a lot of archery into this session. I'm afraid we couldn't crowbar in a shoot-off, but Gazoz is through to the final.
Stay with us. We are close to the golden, bronze and gold match.
Well, there we go. Beautiful performance from Gazoz here. We thought it was going to go to a shoot-off. Thomas Chirault, so close. Gracious in defeat, but you could see the disappointment in his face, actually. I mean, he doesn't give away too much. And look, you never want your teammate to fail.